On Thursday, May 24th, the Boy Scouts of America officially voted to end a 103-year ban on homosexual members in their ranks. On that day, one assumes that Paul Safranek, a Catholic who volunteers with the BSA, acted on the letter of resignation he had already turned in contingent on exactly that decision. In true scouting spirit, Safranek was prepared. According to him, under the proposed policy change, one cannot remain a faithful Catholic and serve as a Catholic BSA leader. The BSA has been seeing declining numbers in their membership. However, much of their existing membership is conservative and religious, with 70% of the country's troops receiving their sponsorship from churches or other religious institutions. However, not all religious scout sponsors are threatening to jump ship. Bishop Robert Guglielmin of the National Catholic Committee on Scouting wrote in a letter to the gay scouting advocacy group Scouts for Equality, "With regard to a possible BSA membership change, we will continue to uphold the truths of the Church's teachings and strive to maintain our ties with the BSA." Minister Louis Farrakhan recently spent 2 days in Detroit, the city where he founded the Nation of Islam, where he tried to bring a message of unity and working together. In a speech that included such platitudes as, "Don't despair, for the darkest hour is just before the dawn," Farrakhan also delivered a plan for urban renewal. The crux of his plan, lifted with a Robin Hood-like twist from the concept of urban gentrification, is for the various churches to band together to buy up the buildings and property in some of the most blighted neighborhoods, fix the properties up, and resell them for a profit, which would be spent on programs to benefit the city's youth. Farrakhan also chided many of the city's Christian ministers for being more concerned with building large churches and collecting tithes than in doing the work Christ would want. Said Farrakhan, "Any pastor that claims Jesus Christ and will not reform and transform the people as Christ would do, you are not a disciple of the Christ that I know." Catholic schools in the United States face lowering enrollment in some states and expanding enrollment in Indiana, Texas, North Carolina, and Florida. However, in a bid to increase Catholic schools in the country, the National Catholic Educational Association maintains that the 2 million U.S. students they serve save the nation approximately $21 billion a year in public school costs. In areas where the enrollment has declined, the schools are looking for tax subsidies and charity to continue to offer a Catholic education and to maintain their reputations for discipline and academic rigor. They are working to attract the children of Hispanic immigrants by becoming more culturally aware. They also hope to increase enrollment generally by offering innovative, competitive ideas. Examples of schools that are working to attract Catholic students are St. Jerome Grade School in Hyattsville, Maryland, a school that's not in a wealthy area but is attracting parents willing to pay for a classical education that includes Latin and rhetoric. And Don Bosco Crisco Rey High School in Washington, D.C., where students work 1 day a week as a designated job partner. This helps teach real-world skills and pay for tuition. However, according to the director of the Center for Catholic School Effectiveness at Loyola University, Catholic schools in the U.S. must be true to their religious function, to communicate the person of Jesus and the worldview that comes out of gospel values. We need that kind of school now even more than we did before.